like I mentioned, if you follow us on our Facebook feeds or Instagram, you see that every month we report what the inventory levels are. So, for instance, right now, well, I guess at the end of June, inventory levels are over 7,000, 7,078. Okay, but to put things into some perspective for the year,
Yeah.
in January they started the year at 4,400.
Oh,
Okay,
that's a big difference.
yeah, so it's climbed every month, right? So February it was almost 40, it was over 4,900. March it was 5,300. April it was almost 6,400. May it was almost 6,900, and now we're over 7,000, right? So it's climbed every month, right? Now what we're watching is going to see, well, where is the peak? Where do we start to see the inventory levels peak and start to decline?
Mm-hmm.
Because real estate inventory is very cyclical, right?
Yes.
Usually there is a peak in late spring, early summer,
Mm-hmm.
before people start to kind of change their focus about real estate and housing for the year. Homes aren't on the market, or they pull them off the market, or they've sold, and we start to see inventory levels fall. The second half of the year, usually there's like the bottom is when, I would say around the holidays, right?
Yeah. Summer holidays
Summer
before they
holidays, the bottom of the market would be
would
winter
be
holidays,
Christmas
right?
and
Christmas time,
yeah,
right?
winter holidays.
So we're watching to see when we've hit that plateau, and we don't know if we're there yet or not, right? To put things into perspective, this is the first time in 5 years that we've seen such high inventory levels. So we're talking since before COVID, right? So June of 2019, we saw inventory levels of 7,500. Okay, so we're about 500 away. We're
Yeah.
catching up to that very quickly. Before that time, the highest numbers haven't been since 2014. So we're talking that we've almost got the same kind of inventory as a decade ago,
Yeah, that's right.
right? So back in 2014, the peak was June, and there were 8,300, right? A year before that, in May of 2023 or 2013, the numbers were 8,600. 2012 in May, the numbers were 8,800, and going all the way back to July of 2008, which incidentally is when we bought our townhome,
Yeah.
the inventory levels almost hit 10,000. So we're
Wow.
still away from there,
Mm-hmm.
but the numbers are climbing, and we're going to see if they continue to climb or when they hit that plateau. Usually they plateau in late spring, early summer. Now we're in July. We're still seeing the numbers climbing. So we're watching that very
Yeah,
carefully,
watching the market.
right? So how high will it climb? And really, like, this market is really interesting. It's fascinating because interest rates are so closely related to home sales and buyer sentiment. So
Yes.
what will changes to interest rates do to kind of spur along sales and spur along new listings, right? To keep the market going. So finally here, the last thing I'd mention is when we look back a decade and we see where those markets were in 2012 to 2014, it was very much a balanced market, also trending on the buyer side. So where are we right now? Well, we're very much right in a balanced market, and the trend line is pushing down towards a buyer's market. So it's very fascinating to see. This seems very similar to the 2012 2014 run we had, and not like what we've seen in the last 4 years where the market went really crazy. Buyers were out there snapping properties up, and inventory levels were at record lows.
Yeah.
So we're going to watch that. If you're interested in, if you've got any questions about inventory levels, reach out to us, or real estate in general. We're always here to help. But we thought we'd kind of dissect this and dive a little deeper into inventory levels.
Yeah,
And
do something a little different.
exactly. Thanks for watching.
Take care, guys.